Police evacuate apartment and call in a bomb squad over a car part. Believe it or not, this stuff actually happens. So this was dated June 20th, and when I first saw this article, I said, absolutely no way. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. We also have some new subscribers, which means this channel is growing. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. As you know, Parts Talk is one of the only channels that goes beyond the sales department consistently, as we bring you insights from mechanics, parts writers, parts managers, service managers, everyone else that work to keep our vehicles on the road and our customers happy, of course. Without those working around the back, there will be no automotive sector to keep the wheels turning from time to time. And it's one of those industries where, to me, I've said this over and over again, that sometimes it can be brutally ungrateful for those of us who keep the wheels turning. Today we have an article from the Autopan magazine, and I will leave the link for this article in the description box below, which says police evacuate apartment and call in a bomb squad over a car part. Believe it or not, this stuff actually happens. So this was dated June 20th, and when I first saw this article, I said, absolutely no way. Then I read it, and this was in Salt Lake City. So in Utah, of course, stories coming out of the United States are oftentimes so silly, but it has to be true. So let's go into this article, and it says, this morning we investigated a suspicious item that resembled a possible explosive device. Our bomb squad responded and safely removed the object, writes the Salt Lake City's police department, who had just evacuated part of an apartment building. The organization released an image of the suspicious item, and hilariously, it's just a car part. Unsurprisingly, wrenchers on Twitter had a field day with this. This is what the actual item is. Let me give you a picture. It's a timing belt damper. Working in parts, I know a lot of parts actually look like weapons, but I'm going to leave the best one for last. However, the commenters, as the article read, had a field day with this. The article also went on to say, the Salt Lake City Police Department is investigating a suspicious item that resembled a possible explosive device. The Salt Lake City Police Department's press release from yesterday begins. This investigation started at 9:49 a.m. Wednesday, June 29th, 2022, when SLC 911 received information about a possible explosive device in an apartment located at 999 South Main Street. Officers responded, secured the scene, and evacuated parts of the apartment complex, including the center courtyard. The evacuations were done out of an abundance of caution. The release goes on to say that on the scene, incident commander asked for help from the department's hazardous devices unit, which is a member of Utah's statewide bomb response task force and is accredited by the FBI. Wow. I mean, all of that over a particular car part. Now, let's go to some of these comments and hear what they had to say. This commenter said, I found what looks like weapons and ammunition. Should I call 911? Here is he's displaying is guns, well, air guns, compact guns, tools, and everything else, and all the sockets that go along with it. Hilarious. The next commenter said, SLCPD, I saw this in neighbor's garage. Please send help. He's showing his tools here, of course. The next commenter said, LOL, all caps. All this for a timing chain tensioner. Heaven forbid you guys ever get called out to a mechanic's workshop. I'm sure we'll hear all about it. The next commenter says, that's a timing belt tensioner. Please tell me this was a joke. Our next one says, this is a goddamn timing chain tensioner. This next one says, give it back to that poor renter. Now, the Salt Lake City Police Department, not to be undone, responded to the tweets that were coming out at them. And here's what they had to say. We approach every suspicious package/device call with the highest regard for safety. We have, for the well-being of our officers and our community members, we never let our guard down in these situations, even if the object may appear harmless. We know that any object, speakers, computers, cell phones, radios, etc., can be converted into an explosive device. Our officers are trained to never become complacent. In this situation, our officers correctly assessed the situation and acted properly. Based on the witness statements, the fact that no one at the location claimed ownership for the device and that it seemed highly out of place, it was appropriate to notify our bomb squad so the device could be identified, handled safely, and then tested to confirm there was no threat. We treated this situation with an abundance of caution and are proud of our officers who handled this situation with intentionality and care. Thank you for your interest in this story. Well, what can I say? Nicely put. Now, this is the water pump for a 1995 Toyota 4Runner. Imagine how some feminists will react when they find out what's underneath their hood, pun intended. Now, let's get the conversation started below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The link is in the description box below. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.